There is one number that almost no man knows about, which determines how he is going to age, how sharp he looks, how much energy he has, and how much drive he can actually sustain. It is not how hard you train, it is your testosterone level and the specific biological thresholds where everything starts breaking down. Here is what the clinical data actually shows. Testosterone does not just drop in one dramatic moment, it crosses thresholds, and at each threshold, a specific set of symptoms begins. When total testosterone falls below 370 nanograms per deciliter, men begin noticing decreased energy and vigor. This is the first threshold most men hit, and the one most dismissed as stress or aging. Below 320, the frequency of morning erections begins to drop. This is the body signaling that the hormonal environment is no longer optimal. Below 230 to 250, erectile dysfunction and decreased sexual thoughts become consistent. At this point, the decline is no longer subtle. And what makes this particularly important is that total testosterone alone does not tell the full story. A large majority of testosterone in the body is bound to sex hormone binding globulin and cannot actually be used. What matters is free testosterone, the fraction your body can actually access. Two men with identical total testosterone levels can have completely different hormonal realities depending on how much of it is bound and unavailable. And it goes even further than most men realize. When testosterone is chronically low, the physical consequences compound in ways that are not isolated to the gym or the bedroom. Muscle mass decreases, bone density drops. The face loses the structural support that comes from properly developed musculature. The jaw becomes less defined. The submental muscles weaken. The skin loses the tension that kept it tight. Men look at this and assume they are simply aging. They go to their doctor, get a number back, and are told they are within the normal range. But the normal range spans 264 to 916 nanograms per deciliter. A man at 270 and a man at 900 are technically both normal. They do not feel or look remotely the same. And the reason most men stay stuck at the low end of that range is not genetics. It is a set of daily suppressors running in the background that nobody has connected for them clearly. And so instead of building on a strong hormonal foundation through their 30s and 40s, men accept their decline. They chalk it up to stress. They add more coffee. They push harder at work. They buy supplements with no human trial data behind them, and they think the trajectory is simply out of their control. It is not out of their control. The suppressors causing the decline are addressable. The thresholds are reversible, and this applies at any age. Studies show that even a 10% reduction in body weight produces a significant improvement in testosterone levels. Protecting sleep produces measurable hormonal shifts within 1 week. Removing endocrine disrupting chemicals from daily exposure removes a constant hormonal suppressor most men carry for years without knowing it. The body responds to correct input at any age. The only requirement is knowing what the correct input actually is. Men who have gone through a proper hormonal reset, addressing the suppressors systematically and supporting production through both Western and Eastern protocols, consistently report the same outcomes. Energy returns, physical composition shifts, the drive that had quietly faded comes back. The face sharpens. The feeling of actually being themselves returns across every age group. So here are the first steps to begin reversing this, starting tonight. Step 1. Protect the testosterone production window. Testosterone is produced during sleep, specifically during the overnight period. Each hour of sleep loss has been shown to decrease testosterone by approximately 6 points. Men sleeping 5 hours per night show 10 to 15% lower testosterone than sleeping 8 or more. Tonight, commit to lights out before 10 p.m. Keep the room cold and dark. Cut caffeine at least 8 hours before bed. If you have sleep apnea and it is untreated, addressing it has been shown to improve testosterone levels by 90 to 100 points in some studies. Sleep is not recovery from the work. Sleep is where the hormonal work actually happens. Step 2. Remove the suppressors that are working against you every single day. The two most documented external suppressors are chronic stress and endocrine disrupting chemicals. Chronic stress raises cortisol. Cortisol directly suppresses the hormonal signal that triggers testosterone production. Men with high work stress, long commutes, and sleep-deprived schedules consistently show lower testosterone even when young and otherwise healthy. One 20-minute walk daily has a measurable impact on cortisol baseline. A single resistance training session has been shown to reduce cortisol by up to 40%. Start there. BPA found in plastics acts like synthetic estrogen inside the body and has been directly linked to suppress testosterone in clinical studies. Switch your water bottle to glass or stainless steel. Stop heating food in plastic containers. Look for BPA-free labeling on canned food. These changes remove a daily chemical suppressor that no supplement can override. Before getting into the nutritional protocol and the Eastern layer that completes this system, if you want this structured phase by phase rather than pieced together from separate videos, One Man Mastery is built for exactly this. Eastern TCM and Western testosterone science combined in one place. The link is in the description. Now, here is the nutritional side. The 3 micronutrients most directly involved in testosterone production are zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. These are not optional extras. They are cofactors in the actual synthesis pathway. Zinc, eggs, red meat, pumpkin seeds. 11 milligrams daily minimum. A zinc deficiency does not reduce testosterone. It breaks the production chain at the cellular level. Magnesium, nuts, pumpkin seeds, 90% cocoa dark chocolate. 300 to 400 milligrams daily. Magnesium supports both testosterone bioavailability and the sleep quality that drives overnight production. Vitamin D deficiency is directly associated with lower testosterone in clinical research. 15 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight daily. If that is not consistent, supplement between 3000 to 4000 IU. On diet more broadly, the best data points toward the Mediterranean pattern. Healthy fats, fish, vegetables, unprocessed foods. The critical point is that testosterone is synthesized through the cholesterol pathway. A very low-fat diet actively reduces the raw material needed to produce it. One study showed a low-fat diet reduced testosterone by 12% in older men. Do not avoid fat while trying to optimize the hormone that is built from it. Resistance training of large muscle groups increases testosterone, but the type of training matters significantly. High-intensity interval training has shown benefits for testosterone that steady-state cardio does not replicate. High-volume endurance training, ultramarathons, excessive long-distance running actually increases cortisol and can reduce testosterone. The protocol that consistently shows the strongest hormonal response is sprinting at full effort for 30 seconds, resting for 2 minutes, repeated 3 times. 3 sessions per week, not more. The dose is the point. For reference, the approach that produces the most consistent long-term results combines everything above with the Eastern protocol that traditional Chinese medicine has refined for thousands of years. The kidney yang system in TCM governs exactly what is being described here. The hormonal battery, the vital drive, the physical and mental output of a man operating at full capacity. The herbs used to support it, yin yang huo, tu xi zi, tu zong, have now been studied and found to act directly on the HPG axis and on the Leydig cells responsible for testosterone production. Tongkat Ali has shown increases in total and free testosterone across multiple peer-reviewed studies. Ashwagandha at 300 milligrams twice daily for 8 weeks showed measurable testosterone improvements in clinical trials. Eastern and Western medicine have been describing the same system for a very long time. The man who combines both is working with the complete picture. Everyone else has half of it. There are other protocols and layers to this, but these are the most efficient places to start. Apply them consistently and the results compound. Alright, if you want the full structured system, foundation, training, hormones, the look, identity, with the Eastern TCM protocols and Western science mapped out step by step in one place, that is One Man Mastery. The link is in the description. Come in and get started. Feel better, look better. That is where it starts.